Alright folks, I have not recorded anything in a while, but I am back to work. And there's a lot of things to share, but I'm gonna take my time and just not share everything at once and just focus, on the drawing itself, on the work. The first thing to share, the first thing I would like to share is that I have a second son. That's the reason I have not been recording anything in a while, and I haven't been really working on too much art. My son is a beautiful boy. He has met my my other son, my firstborn, and two babies under two boys, so it's going to be pretty crazy. So I just ask for your prayers and support. Can't talk about my family too much on my YouTube channel, but just want to say that I have two sons now, and I'm a proud father, and I hope I can be a great father to the boys. And my second son is less than 2 weeks old, so I've just been busy taking care of him, and I was able to get some time off from work. And but this commission has been overdue for a little while, so I'm just taking a little bit of time to finish it. I did let both commissioners know that I did have a baby, so I've just kind of been taking my time with that. So it is 6 in the morning right now. I have some time. You guys might be able to tell I'm a little tired, which I hope might be understandable to you. So I'm just gonna try to get back into the flow of things. Gonna be sort of thinking out loud a little bit. That part is in shadow. Might get a little bit of a stronger shadow color here. So the axe color, let's start to lighten it a bit. Like that. And then this part let's go white. Let's get a hard white here. Yeah, again, I'm trying to get back into the flow of things, so I might not be able to talk very well right now. Obviously, I like to come into these videos with some kind of topic, but I just want to share not only that I had a second son, but I also got the new iPad Pro M4, the item that I've been waiting for a very long time. The last iPad Pros were on the M2 chip, and I've been waiting for the newest iPad, and I knew they were going to come out with the latest M chip. I thought it was going to be M3 on an iPad, but they upgraded to a new chip called M4, the newest Apple Silicon chip. And here's the thing, this chip is so smooth, so fast, so powerful, that I don't even know if it's possible to test its limits on an iPad. You would have to be doing some kind of they say that it's multiple 4K streams on an M3 chip, and this is a single core, I think, on the iPad. I have to do some research on it, but usually on the MacBooks, the M chips have multiple cores. So they're efficiency, made for efficiency. I think this chip clocks at 4.4 gigahertz or something like that. And I did get the higher memory chip, the 2 terabytes, which is also faster than the lower memory chips. So yeah, it's really fast. Basically, is what I can say. Is that I don't even know how I would go about, because here's the thing: MacBooks can run multiple apps at once. You can run them all in tandem. With iPad, you get the stage manager, so you can run a few apps at once, but they're gonna pause each other basically when as you keep switching apps. So it would have to be some rendering or 3D modeling or something, and even then I'm gonna try I don't know if I think they have Blender on iPad, but I'm gonna try some maybe a 3D modeling program. But it's not even I would use something like that in my normal use, because 3D modeling is like not my main thing. So oh, I should be wearing my glove. I haven't worn it in a while. I haven't worked in so long that I haven't forgot to even put on my glove, because I noticed I have eyedropper set to finger touch, and my pinky knuckle was like touching the piece, and it ended up grabbing some eye drop colors. For this pair of pants, I'm gonna grab some like a dark shadow color. Let's blow up the size of the brush a little bit, add some shadows in here. Again, I like my brush. As long as I press hard, it's opaque, but it's a flow brush with a very slight pressure sensitivity for both size and color. Or not, size and flow. Well, flow, there's a high sensitivity. For size, there's a low sensitivity. I'm going to remove the alpha lock. I'm going to get in here. There's a couple of pixels missing. Yeah, there's a few pixels missing because it looks like I did a color drop here to fill it in. So I'm just going to get in there, sort of clean that up. But again, I don't want to zoom in too far. That was one of the main concepts I've been trying to work on. Don't zoom in too much. Another one is like pick the colors, pick the right colors instead of relying on multiply tools and color balance and hue and saturation and overlay tools and stuff like that. Just try to pick the right color. So that's a difficult skill for me because I was not trained in painting. I did not take formal painting classes in college. That is the other news. I am back in school. I don't know if I talked about that already in previous videos. So there's 3 pieces of news today. I have a new son, I got the latest iPad, and I'm back in school. I told myself a long time ago that I just had this idea in mind that if I was ever to go back to school and choose a stable career, not that I don't enjoy art and not that I don't make any money off art, but stability is very difficult in this field. And the landscape is always changing, and I never really found a groove as far as a career goes. I could have, but honestly, there were other things in my life, as you might know from my story, that stopped me from being very consistent in this career. Now, I could have just stayed in the career and then, gain some momentum and consistency, but it's very difficult, doing that while having kids and not being able to take risk. That's the main thing. Like, in order to really succeed in this field in the way that I need to, I would have to incur some risk. I would have to do things that maybe I don't know, sweepstakes or contests or spend a lot of time on social media, promoting myself. And not to say that those things can be done skillfully. They can be done without, to mitigate risk. But time spent not making money, I want to reduce to a minimum. And with art, there's a lot of that where you have to, spend time promoting yourself, spend time creating a portfolio, a large body of work, spend time on a website, spend time on social media, things like that. And I would rather just take on multiple jobs right now. And as you guys know, I've been driving for Uber. I've been doing substitute teaching, and I still do art freelance like this. I still do, but so as I was saying, I've been back to school, and I told myself if I was to ever go reset my life and go back and choose a different career, I would become an accountant. That it's like a crazy transition, right, for me, as an artist and a teacher and as an artist mainly. But why? Because it's consistent. And you would think that me going to some finance and math career is not exciting, but it is. Because one of the things that I experience as an artist is doing my own taxes. And the way to succeed as an artist is not just being a good artist, but being business savvy, knowing how to sell your work and then ultimately what comes with knowing how to sell your work and conducting your own business as a sole proprietor is knowing how to do your own taxes and learning how to keep track of everything and learning how to organize everything. And that's what being an accountant is organization. So what I'm doing with this sort of career shift is I'm moving towards stability in my life, which is what I believe my family needs. Because who have I been in the past? I've been someone a bit unpredictable, a bit chaotic. Maybe not unpredictable, because people, there were parts of me that I laid bare to the world. There were parts of me I hid, and parts of me I laid bare to the world for people to see. But the part that was laid bare was the artist in me, and again, difficult to have stability in that field. Not impossible, but difficult. I wouldn't even say it's not a challenge that I'm not still willing to continue to face. But like I said, I cannot incur risk. Now, there is a risk in going back to school and spending that money to be an accountant to try to be great in a field that I have not much experience in. But so far, the classes have been great. The classes have been I've been getting good grades. I'm a couple weeks in. This class has started like 4 days after my son was born. But I'm able to handle the load so far. And it's going pretty well. So I'm pretty proud of that, and I'm excited for this shift. And so I'm gonna use a larger brush now. So here's the thing too. Do I have a passion for art? Yes, but I also have a passion for video games, which I've quit cold turkey. And what I learned from the video games and game theory is that what you want to be doing to be happy doing a certain task does not necessarily depend on the task itself. It depends on your ability to enter flow state. It depends on your level of mastery, your level of attention, how much you're learning while you're doing it. If you put in enough hours into any skill, you can be great at it. And does the accounting classes, do they put me into flow state? Not yet, but I do have fun with them because I'm learning very fast. Now I'm in the beginning stage right now, where the learning curve is very fast, but usually once you get in the middle of it, you start feeling the frustrations, you start feeling challenges, plateaus. But I've learned through gaming how to not circumvent is the wrong word. What's the opposite of circumvent? I'm learning to face them head on, and address problems and use that scientific method and be like, okay, this is how I'm going to improve in this. So as a brand new skill, it's new to me so far, and the new aspect is fun. But as I get better at it, I'm going to start hitting those plateaus just like I did in gaming. And I was playing Super Smash Bros. Melee for how many years? 19 years? No, more than that. I mean, more than just that. Let's bring up that necklace reference now. Where is it? This one here. This little emblem is supposed to be orange. And I got really good at that game. It would not be a stretch to say I was one of the best players in the world. However, anyone who plays Melee would say, no, you weren't. Anyone who plays Melee would say, no, you didn't even get top 100. But if you don't play Melee, I am an excellent player. And I have not played in almost a year. And I don't plan on going back. I don't plan on going back to video games in any capacity. Because I believe that I have taken what I've needed from gaming, which is the game theory. Because I learned that the game theory applies to all games. So does game theory apply to myself as a father? To myself as an accountant? Yes, it does. Because the concepts in those games are concepts. I mean, the games exist in a virtual realm. but they still follow the rules that, not only the rules that are set in by the creators, but the emergent rules that come from problem solving, which is game theory. Game theory is problem solving. So the minimax theory, what do you call it? The max and min theory, and also what's it called? The what's the tit for tat thing? It's the prisoner's dilemma. Zero sum games, as opposed to not being a zero sum game. Nash equilibrium. These are all game theory terms. And resource management, which not necessarily a game theory term, but important in game theory. You know, things like this, all applicable to real life. Let's get some light in here. It's already shaded pretty well, so I think we can get this darker color in there. No, it's already dark. Oh, I was on the wrong layer. Let's go back to rock. Yeah, I think we'll keep it the same color as the shirt. We'll keep the palette to a minimum on these guys. So, I mean, I'm in the finishing touches of this piece now. And as you can see, the line art is pretty rough. So the color does not have to be super exquisite. And I'm just doing general light and shadow first. And the last step of this is going to be bringing in that white highlight that I kept mentioning before. Let's get rid of this alpha lock. Let's fill that in. This little piece right there. Some little pieces at the bottom here. So again, guys, I'm going to be just sharing my life. I have so many thoughts to share. I've been reading a lot. When I have time, well, I read every day. It's part of my daily tasks. Even though I'm, have a new kid, I'm raising a kid, I give myself at least 5 minutes a day to read, because I have a lot of books that I've been wanting to read, and I realize I'll never get to them unless I do it every day, unless I make it part of my discipline. And discipline is a big aspect of my life that I want to improve, because there are many, many things I have to do, but it all falls under the aegis. It all falls under the concept of discipline, of diligence, and that's a big thing that I'm trying to work on in my life. I'm gonna color this lance now, this spear, and let's start lightening it a bit. Let's get a stronger blue color in here. It's actually gonna be on more on this side. Maybe just shade this a little bit. Let's get strong contrast here. Maybe this would be darker. Let's get a white. I think white is going to be the way to really accent it. Get this and paint over that side. Reflected light here, maybe. Not sure. I want to keep it simple. That might be okay. More blue, I think. We can get a little bit more blue in here. Yeah, and the color of the metal. Which means the white color can also be more blue. When we accent the color, I'm gonna give it a blue tint. There we go, that's much better. Tint, is that the right word? Sometimes I use words without thinking. I think the general shading, I think is almost done. Yeah, there's just some bits and pieces here that can maybe be, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot to share. I'm going to stop this video now because I feel like it's running a bit long. And I'm going to be sharing it with you guys slowly. As my life becomes a work of art, I want to share that work of art with you. Everything's starting to come together philosophically and theologically for me, but I want to share that. Okay, so that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless you all. Bye-bye.